on. That should work. What the hell? I don't need that. Okay, so I think it's time for me to share my setup with you guys. And my setup is as follows. Obviously, this is the garage we've arrived, the first one we found. Apparently there's a second one. So as you can see, I've built a wall here that's from the front. Because of this thingy that was sticking out here, and it was really hard to drive over it, so I decided I will use the back as a main gate, and I just built the wall over here. I used the bot heads tool for an like extra protectivity. Well, basically because there's nothing else to do with them. I already have like a wall of bot heads already here, so there's nothing else to do with them. So basically this is my setup. I made like a docking station here for my working vehicle. I will do a separate episode about my vehicles later. But this is like a docking station with 3 refineries connected with the intelligence chests that are connected with tubes, that are connected with more chests over here. Everything else is connected with the bot. The bot has access to all the materials that are available in those chests, and everything that is produced will end up in those 3 chests. I can stack up more if I want. I have an ammo box here because it's close to the fridges where you can actually cook your meal. So you got like veggies here, fruits, meats and dairy, milk and shit, and over here you got the fixed food. Right, I cook it here. Got my dress pot here, some extra clothes to unpack. Got my little toilet here even, right, because why not? So this is pretty much it from the inside, but I just wanted to share. This is really good setup here. This is very nice. This unpacking my vehicle is really quickly with 3 refineries. And this makes like it feels like a docking station for this. So I made a gate over here. The gate is held by 2 pistons. It's before the update, so I didn't actually have to upgrade them. I just didn't mess up with the controller setups, because if you mess up with the controller setups and you still have like old pistons, then the controller will actually make them work as they should after the patch. But if you leave the controls as they were before the patch, the old pistons will work as they used to. So you may wonder about the gate over here. Well, actually the game forced me to cheat. Well, I got stuck in a warehouse elevator. Before I got stuck in that elevator, I didn't even know that cheating in this game was possible. So I'm a strong opposite of cheating in any type of games. So this is like the only time I cheated. But since the games forced me to cheat it, so I decided to take the doors with me. They are virtually indestructible, and I made the gate out of them. The rest of the gate is just held by like a regular metal that you can dismember the guarding posts on each warehouse. And basically, actually, I stole a lot of things from around the warehouse and guarding posts, like the pieces of the car, but we'll get to that later. And so also, that's like on the inside of the bottom, but we also have a stairs here. They are folding in case of an attack, because I have my farm pretty close, so when they come from like all around the places, that's where the extra bot heads come in handy. The indestructible gate, the folding stairs, because they can actually get stuck here and they were destroying my stairs, so I make them like foldable like so. And we are going upstairs, ladies and gentlemen. We are going upstairs. I made some stairs like over here for the vantage point. This is just the vantage point. There's nothing else to it but just to look around. We can look around and it's very nice. There used to be a forest all around here, but then I discovered there's a structure, plenty of loot. But that's after I cut out the forest. There's like imagine 2 weeks in game living in this place, and I didn't even knew this was here because of all the forest, very dense, that was here. There was also a similar situation over here, with the far structure over there. It's all pretty close actually, but you never knew. I didn't even knew there was an ocean here before I cut down this forest. That's how dense the forest can get in this game, honestly, guys. So I've cut it down. Turns out I have a water pretty close. I used to um, work with that little lake over there, and it's much further actually than this side. But then I discovered I get an ocean here with oil and everything, so this is actually a very good spot. But this is just a vantage point, there's nothing really to it. I was thinking about building a house here, but I'll get around it later. This is where I keep my extra vehicle. As I said, I'll do a vehicle episode later. But this is where I keep my cows. I used to keep them downstairs and they kept being attacked by the stupid robots. So I decided, let's put them upstairs. Why not? So I built a little, like a balcony thingy. I even got a chair here, so I can just take a sit and relax. I made a little vehicle because for some reason the cows tend to disappear from here from time to time. It's like random. It's nothing that I can make something that happens like all the time, or that will happen by schedule, so it just happens randomly. They can stay forever or they can disappear. So I made a little vehicle that's just, you know, it's like a cow pusher. I made it cow pusher because it's pushed by the cows, and I just put 2 corns here. If the cows don't spawn anywhere close by, I just put 2 corns here. I take the vehicle where they do spawn and they just push it forward, push it all the way to where I need them to be. And you may wonder how I transport the cows upstairs. Well, wonder no further. I made an elevator. Obviously, everything is activated by pressing just one button. It works slowly on purpose because, well, first of all, you need to push a cow, so you need to have some extra time to do it. And also, if it works too quickly, the elevator, when it works too quickly, as you can see, I'm floating in the air right now. If I would be falling quicker, my character would actually fall. So the elevator has to be slow to work properly. Same when you're coming back with the cow. So for the purpose of this demonstration, I will actually place the cow inside since they are clogging downstairs, and I will show you how well it works. I use the wheels over here. Those wheels are stolen from a warehouse entrance. Use the wheels because the elevator was very wobbly when you entered with the cow. So right now, come on, Betsy, come on, don't do this to me right now. So right, we just push a cow in, we press a button and everything happens on its own. It closes, it opens up. The gates upstairs are closing when we are downstairs, obviously, so the other cows won't run out and jump to their deaths. So yeah, and that's how we get. And after we move the cow upstairs, as you can see, the cow is getting a little shaky, and if the elevator was going faster, the cow would just go mental and may even fall out of the elevator itself. So best to keep it on the lowest settings. Everything closes itself automatically and the cows are safe. These are the safest cows in the whole world. They will never get attacked by anything unless they vanish by themselves for some reason. So I'm gonna guys show you my farm setup, because this is what it's all about, right? You can see it from upstairs here. Got some lamps stolen from the warehouse, the warehouse entrance. I got my delivery truck over here. I will fix it later. I didn't get around to it. It was all closed back with the closed hatch and everything. Everything was opening and everything was automatic and it was very complicated. But then I learned that there are such thing as collision block, and when the blocks are like collisioning too much with each other with the closing and opening hatches, the whole construction goes mental, and every other creations that are around it actually are acting very weird as well. So I stripped it down from all the doors and moving parts. Right now it's just a you know, working delivery truck. It does its work, but you know, it's nothing fancy. I will fix it later, but this is not weird. I got a little setup here. Yeah, we're talking about farms. I got a little setup here for like constant making of potatoes or tomatoes or whatever you need. It works pretty automatically. All I have to do is collect it manually. Oh, I know you can actually do it with the logic gates and shit like that, you know, but I didn't want it to make it overcomplicated. Collecting those plants when they are fixed is really not that hard, so, you know, and that would require like another vacuum pump with more chests and stuff like that. That would get really big then, and I just made it like that. This is pretty much an overkill anyway, because nobody needs that much farming, but it's just, you know, after you reach some point of the game, you just start upgrading stuff. So this fence, it works like a charm, really, guys. If you don't know how to protect your farm, this is the best way to do it. The saw blades, you know, it's not very expensive. After you reach some point of the game, you have your grinding vehicle already and everything. You just get more stone, you get more metal, and you make it. I made it with a concrete base. It doesn't even have to be filled up, because they don't even actually, they are so scared of those saw blades. They're actually just doing something like that, and you can kill them easily. They're just, you know, crowding around this fence, and they don't even approach it. If you get behind the fence and you actually shoot them in the face with a potato, they will get agitated. They will get closer, and if they hit the sensor, right? All the saw blades are connected with the electric engines, and they just die very nicely. And you can shoot them. You are completely safe behind that fence. You can get attacked by hundreds of robots. It doesn't matter. You are completely safe. Your farm is safe. Everything is safe. If you're going to do a setup like this, just make sure you will look around your base first for like single robots that will come from this direction, because they may actually cause a harm to like your vehicles and shit. So, but there will be only few of them, so just kill them first. And those guys that will cluck up over here, they won't do any damage to anything whatsoever, and everything is safe over here. So I will just show you how this. Give me 30 seconds and I will show you how well it works. I filled it up with tomatoes just for the sake of this video, and I actually need some tomatoes to make more burgers. So and the reason why I'm waiting 30 seconds, the best time to start your farming is right after midnight, because then you will get only one wave of mobs instead of two. If you start like around noon or something, you may encounter two waves of mobs instead of one. Right now we got like, what, 4 more seconds. We press the button. Oh, look, everything. It's activated by those white squares. The white squares are connected with those, they're not connected, sorry, the poor choice of words. The sensors are connected with the vacuum pumps and the water pumps, and they are being activated bicolor with the white squares. The sensors have to be max level, upgraded to max level to be able to be activated by the color. Before the max level, you can only do this. When you upgrade it to max level, the option will pop up here to activate it with the color as well, and that's how you do it. So yeah, that's how I live in this place. I haven't actually made any housey things or anything like that. I'm really hoping the developers will add more furniture and stuff like that, so you can actually have a nice home, because at the beginning I figured that I will build a house up top of there or somewhere else, but then I figured, well, I can't really furnish that home with anything nice in it, so it would be just like a empty brick, squarish brick, so whatever, it doesn't really matter. Okay guys, so that's it. That's about my setup where I live. I'm just going to finish this video and going to make another episode about my cars, and I will show you my vehicles. I only have 3 vehicles. I know people can... Okay, we'll just leave that for another episode. Thanks, and have a good time.